TJ, in your preparation recently, what has stood out about Oklahoma State's play specifically over the last 2 to 3 weeks when they're kind of on this win streak right now?
Yeah, I'd say they're shooting the ball from three with a lot of confidence. Certainly, Cisse getting back healthy helps. He and Boone have both been scoring the ball at a high rate as well, knocking down face-up jump shots and finishing around the goal. So, and defensively, they've got great length everywhere, and, they're a really elite defensive team, and they've consistently been that. So when they're making threes, and then when their bigs are making jump shots away from the goal, that makes a lot of challenging decisions, on the defensive side of things. But they are playing really well right now.
What was your message to the guys after West Virginia game? Obviously, as many whistles there were, it's tough to get a flow going, but your offense seemed to find some things throughout, especially the second half.
Yeah, we need to do a better job of not committing like unnecessary fouls. There's certainly we had 5, 6, 7 of those where we've just got to be smarter. Like as much as we want to do things like offensive rebound, once we're blocked out, like we don't need to like have an unnecessary push in the back or things to put us at a greater disadvantage. I feel like offensively our guys have a good sense of our identity, what we need to do, and certainly as you play teams and they're trying to take threes away from Caleb or Gabe, what does that mean? Other guys attacking, whether it's Trey King, Shun, guards getting downhill to make plays. So I think our guys have a really good they're connected. They know that defense are going to make certain choices, and we have to be able to make the choice, that the defense, they're going to try to take something away, and we've got to be able to exploit something else.
What difference can 30-plus minutes of Caleb mean Saturday that you didn't get down there?
Yeah, I mean, we're certainly plus 10 at half and whatever, minus 12 in the second half. So, he spaces the floor a lot more. He keeps, the floor open. Shun was able to get a lot of catches, in the pocket at the elbows and nail and attack and then get some at the rim because they were more spaced. When he wasn't out there, they made different choices defensively. They had a lot more gap defense and more help and more guys at the rim. So it's huge for us. I mean, I think every game, Caleb's a winning player and he plays hard and he's, he does a lot of things to help us win. So having him, certainly in this game, play those type of minutes is important.
The fouls we talked a lot about on whatever Wednesday, but how did you feel like your ball pressure defensively was for most of the game?
Yeah, I mean, I would say probably below average from where we want it to be. And part of that's, understanding, what our opponent's trying to accomplish too. We want to be into the basketball, and at the same time, sometimes it's more like pressuring with our hands, not necessarily foot to foot, body to body. We want to be highly disruptive, but there was times we were too far off, and then there was times that we were too far in. So I don't think it was one of our better games from a ball pressure standpoint. It wasn't that we weren't giving effort. It was just that it needed to be more sound in the times that we were, into the basketball. And I'd say, they got us on some back cuts. They got us on some drives down the slot. And those are times where you feel like they can't make the back cut pass with great ball pressure, or they're not going to drive the ball down the slot if we're appropriately pressuring the ball. And so some of those things happen probably a little bit more than we're accustomed to seeing.
Is that, I guess, it might be counterintuitive, but does not great ball pressure lead to some of those fouls? Maybe even those aren't necessary.
Yeah, I think so. When we're not the aggressor, then when we're back on our heels, that's when we tend to see more of those fouls happening. And, there's certainly a lot of unique ones, whether it's baseline out of bounds, we've got to be better there, or, on drives, not bailing guys out late on plays where we use our hands, and we've done a good job. But I do, we believe wholeheartedly that us pressuring the basketball does set the tone to try to kind of put the other team on their heels. And when we've been able to do that, we've been successful, and we've just got to be stubborn and continue to do that.
TJ, the home winning streak's starting to get significant. What are factors behind that? I mean, I know the crowd's been jacked up. You've given them reason to do that, but are there other factors?
I think for our guys, like, the confidence they play at home has been really good. And I think largely because we've set the tone early with our defense and both at the start of the game and coming out of the locker room at halftime, where we've done a great job, which has been good for us. Again, we are extremely thankful and grateful to our fan base, to the support. And I know our guys talk about sellouts all the time. And not only that, but seeing the energy and excitement in the hallway as they're coming out. I know they get excited when those doors open and they get to see our fans. And so it all goes hand in hand. I think, when you come in here, we want to make sure that our defense is that much more stingy and aggressive and hard place to play. And I think it all goes together, right? Like the fans, our guys playing hard, setting the tone and dictating things in this building. And so we've been fortunate to do that, and that's going to be the job against Saturday.
How thin can that line between confidence and complacency be? Because obviously you guys have been so good here, but you don't want to think that's on accident or like just come out and let it go.
Yeah, we're not the type of team that can do anything complacent. I think, for the majority of our guys, their strengths of their game are rooted in how hard they play and how much they compete. And we certainly can't deviate from that, anywhere, because I think it happens to you on the road, you can put yourself in a really bad spot. And certainly if we take anything for granted, we still got really good teams coming in Saturday. I mean, like you said, Oklahoma State's playing really well right now. And I think kind of flying under the radar because they didn't start right away at the top of the league standings, but they've been picking up steam and they've been playing really good. So we know that, we're going to have to be on it every single possession. We can't let our foot off the gas. We can't have empty possessions offensively or, ones where we have mental lapses defensively.